And when I say cheat on me, I'm talking about have another baby. Hey you guys, happy Black History Month. And today, I need y'all to ride with me today, and I feel like venting because, you know, for some reason, and I'm not going to say for some reason, you know, like, I feel like I'm some kind of relationship mentor to some people, which is cool, which is fine. People see that I'm married, and they like to come in my inbox and ask me personal questions, and trust me, it's fine. It's totally fine. I feel honored when people feel like they can come to me and talk to me about anything. That means that there's some kind of trust barrier there. But long story short, this girl is going through a really bad breakup. And I know this girl. I mean, she's a mutual friend. And every time I meet her, she's just the sweetest thing, the cutest thing. But anyway, she is just really taking it hard, you guys. I'm one of those people that have to focus when I reverse because I am not the best driver. A big old coat. But anyway, I feel really bad for her. Thank you. Because she's the sweetest thing. She'll give people her last, and sadly, those kind of people get taken advantage of and ran over. But I see. Oh, thank you. Let me get up out of here before I start running my mouth, before I wreck my car.
Parking ticket.
And also, I need to put my GPS on because you guys are coming with me to this place called Plant House. And I am going to be getting my very first plant because I'm going to be a plant mommy, right? So, anywho, I just feel really bad for her because she's not eating, she's not sleeping, and I hate when men have that kind of power over women because I've been there, done that.
Turn left onto West Morehead Street.
Story time, and this is before my husband, way before my husband. I met this guy. I used to work in a club, y'all. I used to be the door girl where people paid to get into the club, and it was this guy that always talked to me all the time, and I was like, oh, he's so aggravating. I was very shallow too, y'all. I was very shallow back in the day, meaning I knew that I was going to grow up, marry a light-skinned man, and have light-skinned babies. So the way that I feel about chocolate men now is not how I felt about chocolate men back then. So, and that's so colorism, and that's horrible, but I'm just being honest with you guys. So he just, let's just say he wasn't, okay, so we're just gonna jump out in the middle of the street. Let's just say that he wasn't my eye candy at the moment. But anyway, we hit it off. First date, it was perfect. He was romantic. I mean, it was the effort. It was the effort for me. Mind you, during this relationship, there was no red flags. Of course, there was like typical, like little stupid arguments here and there, but it was like, it wasn't to the point where I thought that it was going to cause him to look somewhere else and cheat on me. And when I say cheat on me, I'm talking about have another baby. Like, have a baby. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm past it. But talking about it, it kind of like, when someone has a baby on you, that means that it's gross, number one, because you are having sex unprotected, okay? So, anyway, let me tell you, I was sick. I was sick. I would go to work. My supervisor would literally have to tap me on my shoulder. Y'all know that thing like, go in, baby, just go ahead and log out. It was like that because I couldn't focus. I couldn't work. I wasn't eating. I was sleeping all day. I was just so sad, you guys. And the sad thing about it is when he had the baby, I forget, when the girl was pregnant and all that kind of stuff, here I am trying to be, oh, we're going to work through this. I love kids anyway, so I'm going to be a great stepmom and not even married. So we get so caught up in wanting love so bad, wanting a man so bad, we completely neglect ourselves. Completely. So, y'all, it hurt so bad that I just did not want to love again. I just did not want to be in a relationship again. It just hurt so bad. You think a little paper cut hurts your finger? You know how that it just irritates you and it stings and it burns, and this is just like a heart cut. Like it hurts so bad. And I would call his mom. I would call his mom crying. And it got to the point where she was sick of me. She was sick of me being weak. Stop being weak, okay? So, and she was an African woman too, so she was not playing that. And African women are way stronger than American women, in my opinion. Don't take it personal, but they just got that so that helped out a little bit. But the thing I'm trying to say is, I'm so glad that I did not give up on love, because I found my person. I found my soulmate. And I'm happy. But I'm telling y'all, when I say I hated men after that, woo, like if you come up and talk to me, back up! It wasn't that severe. But in my mind, that's how I felt. And talking to her, I just wanted her to get her strength back. Because one thing I noticed when I was doing all that crying, and because he broke up with me too, mind you. He broke up with me, and during the breakup is when the pregnancy happened. So it was immediately after the breakup. To me, I felt like, okay, this baby and my guy and this girl were already kind of hitting it off. I just didn't know. Like I said, it was no red flags. He came home when he was supposed to come home. And yes, mind you, we were living together. And that's a whole nother thing. Because you know how people be like, don't be shacking up. Don't be playing wife when you are a girlfriend. That is definitely key. I'm just telling y'all all my business, but whatever. That's the past. So, yeah. I just want her to, it's going to take some time, but get strong. Get strong. And one thing that men hate, I'm not going to say all of them, but I noticed when I was doing all this crying and begging him to come back, I had my heat on way too high. I'm sorry if it was blowing like crazy. It was like he got an arousal out of that. He got an arousal out of me being so miserable without him. It was sick. It was so sick, you guys. So when I started, okay, let me tell y'all what I did. Let me tell y'all what I did that had him sick. I told y'all Charlotte Rose are bad. I did the 30-day no contact rule. And the 30-day no contact rule is you cannot reach out to your ex for 30 days. If he texts you and he's like, hey, what's up, just checking in, and you're like, I'm good, and you did that on day 4, you have to go back to day 1. You must complete the 30-day no contact rule. Do not reply to him. Do not reply to him. And I know it might be like, oh, I just gotta say, don't do it. 30 days, 30 strong days. But anyway, let me tell you how my 30 days backfired. So I'm on like week 2.5, not responding. And make sure you check the mental health of your man too if you do this. He started popping up. He started showing up. He started knocking on my door. It can get a little tricky. It can get tricky because if they know your address, they know where you at, they know your whereabouts, they will pop up. All I'm saying is keep pepper spray, keep a Glock 40. No, don't keep a Glock 40. Just make sure that you are safe. Make sure that you are okay, because sometimes breakups can be a little bit emotional and it can cause some tension that you didn't even know that was there. First of all, let me tell you. So one night when I built myself up and got strong, I went to the club. So when I went to the club, I didn't even get into the parking lot good, and he rolled up on me, and I knew he was wasted because he did not have any shoes on. He just had socks on. He came up to my car, banging on my window, talking about, why you not answering the phone? What do you mean, why I'm not answering the phone? You don't want me. You said you don't want me. You broke up. You know, that's what we're saying back and forth. So anyways, I knew that if we went to this club that, well, I didn't know. Something told me if I go into the club tonight and he's there and he's intoxicated, somebody is going to get embarrassed. So I told the girl that I rode with, one of my friends, I was like, listen, I'm going to drop you off here. Are you good? Do you have a ride to get back home? Because honestly, my night is ruined, okay? Because I was avoiding him so much that I didn't even see him physically. But when I saw him physically, it did something to me. It gave me this knot in my stomach, and I was just like, ugh, I'm not going to have the best time. And plus, I'm at the club, so I know that I'm going to be drinking to suppress my emotions. It's just not going to be a good night. I'm probably going to end up, I don't even know what was going to happen. The point is, it's time to go home. So I went home, and while I'm driving home, y'all, I'm looking at my rear view mirror, and he is swerving behind me. I'm talking about swerving. So in my mind, oh, Boo is drunk. He's drunk, so let me slow down a little bit and he can just come over. We can talk it out. Maybe get him some tea, kind of like sober him up a little bit. Maybe he'll fall asleep on the couch. We'll talk about it in the morning. Girl, no. So he already is super aggressive once we get into my driveway. He's yanking my car door open. He's telling me to get my so-and-so in the house because we need to talk. Okay, sir, you are aggressive, okay? So once we get into the house, I'm getting shoved. Like, okay, I'm not even going to get into all this because it's really bad. Like, for real, it's really bad. So I'm not even going to like get into detail, but let's just say that you just need to be careful when you do the 30-day rule, because it totally backfired on me. Just when if you do it, just be sure that you are doing it safely, because some men are just irrational, and he did not have these signs of aggressiveness when we were dating. I honestly am blaming the alcohol, but it was a little bit too much. It was too much. Like, I can't go into detail about it. It was just too much. But that breakup was one of the worst breakups that I ever had. But as far as like building my strength back up, I did that in the 30 days because I had time. I had time to get my thoughts together. I had time to do things to keep me busy. I had time to really evaluate the situation too. Keep in mind, during the time I was dating this dude, my dad was dealing with a severe cancer and he was dying. So I looked back throughout the whole relationship, and I also realized that I was kind of emotionally, I was bringing in some stress in the relationship for sure. I wasn't the nicest. I was dealing with a lot. Like, my dad's dying, you know? So I remember talking about the breakup in the past, and I always made it seem as if it was my fault. And this is the point I'm trying to make here, is be accountable for your actions, okay? It wasn't all him. I had a lot to play into the cheating as well, because there were times that I shut down, and y'all are probably thinking like, Okay, so he should have been there for you. He should have been trying to comfort you during this hard time in your life, but he didn't. He didn't. So I don't know, y'all. I haven't talked about this in a while. But after the breakup, he did say that though. Like after I started moving on and then I was now dating, you know, my husband now, because he was like, how you going to get a whole boyfriend? And you know, because during the breakup, listen, my husband was my friend during the time, okay? Somebody that was comforting me during this breakup, and he was long distance, so it was kind of like my little pen pal while I was dealing with this breakup. He was a really good friend to me. And guess what he also did that my husband does? He calls me out. He calls me out on my mess, right? And that's how I knew he was going to be my best friend, like my friend. You know, before I even considered, you know, us being boyfriend, girlfriend, dating, whatever. He was my knight in shining armor. But, and that's another thing, I started opening my heart more and starting to let people in. And letting my husband in was hard for me. It was so hard for me because I knew that if I came into this relationship, I was coming into this relationship with trust issues. Trust issues. Oh my God, I miss that song. Why are all the breakup songs and the sad songs the best songs? That's horrible. Okay, I'm 1 minute away from the plant shop. But the point that I'm trying to make in this 1 minute is that these breakups, these cycles in life, all this stuff is just a test. Like, for sure. It's just a test. And you're gonna make it, you guys. Like this, all these emotions and all this kind of stuff. If you love yourself, and it sounds cliche, but literally loving yourself can hinder you from all of the mess. Like it just really can. I'm about to turn into the parking lot.
We offer the complimentary potting service, so if you buy with us, the pot fees are free.
Nice.
Second is going to be the DIY area. During the day, we offer walk-in terrarium building, so you'll choose your glass, choose your plants, and we'll show you how to put them together and how to take care of them once you get home. And then at night, we offer workshops for just different plant-based activities. Okay. And then the last and my favorite section is the bar in the back left. So we have local beers, wine, seltzers, and then mimosas if you want to sip while you shop or make your terrariums.
Thank you. She was so kind enough to give us a little bit of a snippet in the tour of the place. As I look around, I'm falling in love with this Chinese fan bush. These are absolutely gorgeous. I am also a big fan of the Majesty bushes, and those are the ones that kind of have like that palm tree looking leaves, but everything was just radiant. I did not want to go with the very large plants because I am a first-time plant mom. I think the only thing that I usually take care of are orchids and roses, and those don't last very long. This is the setup station that she was discussing about when you want to make your own plants. They have a whole bunch of things you can just add to it, like little pebbles, other little plant things. I can't name them. I don't know. But I came upon a woman that was working on her plant, and she just had hers set up so nice and so beautiful. So you can go on the shelf and pick out what kind of glass you want to put them in. Like I said, everything is at such a reasonable price. So I was looking at the displays and I'm like, man, I really want to make something like this. I just don't know where I would hang it. But you can also shop for other different types of plants that are really nice for decor. And I went over to the winery. They also sell wine, mimosa, beer, seltzers. So I decided that I want to go with the Sunset Mimosa because those are, I already know those are really good. And she made mine so beautifully. So I went around shopping, sipping my mimosa. Y'all, I felt so bougie in this little plant store, but y'all have to come here because she made a great mimosa. Also, they have so many unique pots for your plants. I really like this one because you can break it in half and it's actually 2 pots. And the plants are also unique too. These end up growing very big. She said her mom had one for 30 years and now this plant is as tall as she is. So wow. So I picked the pot that I want, and I picked the snake plant because for maintenance reasons, this plant only requires you to water this plant once a month. So that is right up my alley. And she's also potting it for me. She gave it some new soil, and she also started breaking it down and putting it inside of my pot. So that is also complimentary, and I think that is awesome. Look at my little plant. So y'all, I didn't tell y'all that I named her, and her name is Savannah. So look at Savannah. Savannah is getting dolled up, and she also added some white pebbles for me that I thought that those were super cute as well. And like I said, this is complimentary. It is not extra for them to pot your plant for you. I love the fact that she's watering my plant for me. I bought this plant on the 1st, so guess what? I know at the 1st of every month, Savannah is getting watered. And Savannah is just looking so beautiful and so well put together. I can't wait to take her home. And they also box up your plants for you as well. And I think that makes it a little bit more special. So your plant gets boxed up and you can take it home. So, hey Savannah, you look good, girl. Okay, I'm back in the car, y'all, from Plant House, and I'm so excited because I got me a new plant, and I am going to name her, and I'm going to name her Savannah. She's a snake plant, and the good thing about it is you only need to water snake plants once a month, right? And guess when I got my plant? On February the 1st. So that means that I know the 1st of every month I need to water Savannah. So her roots look very good. They were saying that, you know, just look out within the next month or 2 to repot her because she's going to expand. And I just think she's beautiful. And they boxed her up and everything for me. So, hey Savannah. So now I'm gonna go home and clean, do dishes, clean the kids' room, just clean before the kids get home. And yeah, that's what I'm about to do. But y'all, wasn't that place the cutest? That place was the cutest. I'm gonna bring Orlando back because I want to do the activity where you create your own plant and put other, that thing. I want to do that thing. I didn't want to do it without him because I just think that would have been very romantic for us to do. So, yeah. I kind of want to get something to eat as well. So, what is close?